this thing goes very deep. You know, this thing goes very deep. They're not really talking about this lady, and to show you how the NBA be hiding shit, she went ahead and put melanated people in her front office to throw off anybody who may not be really astute, right, to the politics of what's taking place. But let me show you something real quick. Let's read together, guys and gals. Let's read up on this thing. So there's an article that just came out, how Kyrie Irving's pro-Palestine view could be a problem for the Mavs' new Israeli owner, Miriam Adelson. The Mavericks star is a fan favorite, but he may have to convince the new owner that he's a team player given his recent comments about Israel, right? If you didn't know, last December, the NBA owners unanimously approved the sale of the Dallas Mavericks to Miriam Adelson, the billionaire widow of the late GOP mega donor and casino mogul Sheldon Adelson. With the reported price of 3.5 billies, Adelson was joined in the venture by her daughter, Sivan Dumont, and her son-in-law, Patrick Dumont. I'm guessing of the Dumont family. It is understood that the Adelson family acquired 73% of the organization, leaving now former majority owner Mark Cuban with a 27% stake. Okay? To be clear, this lady is estimated at $29 billion, right? She's worth 29 billies. Let's listen to this video right here. And, this is on X.
So Miriam was born in Israel in 1945, or wasn't even Israel yet. She was born in Palestine in 1945. The state of Israel is formed in 48. And pretty much her entire extended family was murdered by the Nazis in Poland. And this is a very common story for Israelis of her generation. She wants what she wants, and what she wants is the safety and security of the state of Israel.
Okay, so just jumping in here to point out that this ideology is not unlike the political platform of Israel's current prime minister, a man named Benjamin Netanyahu. And Bibi Netanyahu, for those unfamiliar, is the same guy whose official Facebook page in 2019 had warned visitors about, quote, Arabs who want to destroy us all, end quote. He's also the same guy who has drawn comparisons to Trump and whose re-election in 2022 marked the rise of the most right-wing and religiously conservative government in the country's history. 3-month stretch of 2020, they gave more to federal GOP causes in 2019 and 2020 than the next 3 donors combined. Between 2016 and 2022, they gave $300 million to the Republican-focused Senate and congressional leadership funds. And all of it culminated, by the way, in November 2018, when Donald Trump invites Miriam to receive what?
He gives her the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And this image, too, I don't know if you guys have it, is amazing.
As a committed member of the American Jewish community, she has supported Jewish schools, Holocaust memorial organizations, Friends of the Israel Defense Forces, and Birthright Israel, among other causes. The United States is proud to recognize Dr. Adelson for an incredible career and record of service to her community and the country.
He's literally like clasping this medal around her neck just for giving money. Like the prestige of the medal, the importance of it, it's just all diminished. This is just like, you're my biggest donor. Thank you. Period. End of story.
So as Miriam Adelson is urging violence, is urging war, and this is the mindset that she brings to the way Israeli politics has been trending, she is simultaneously, very conspicuously to a sports fan, doing something else in the United States. In November, Liz, as the majority shareholder of the aforementioned Sands Corporation, she sells $2 billion in stock to buy the Dallas Mavericks.
Got some breaking news in the world of sports, literally breaking right now. Billionaire Mark Cuban, obviously well known to the CNBC audience, is selling his majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks to the Adelson family. I can confirm that.
And so now we are back at the Venn diagram between sports and geopolitics and war. Yeah. And why does Miriam want to do this? Is she a basketball fan? What's her motive here?
The real play here has always to bring gambling to Texas. That's a plan that they've been working on really aggressively since 2020. And they don't want, sports betting where you sit on the couch and you're betting on your phone. They want you to come to a casino. So in particular, that's...
Mark Cuban took a backseat, right? Yeah, took a backseat. And he let this lady pull up. She's richer than Oprah. Way richer than Oprah. I don't even think, it's all influence driven these days, right? You buy your politicians, you don't vote for them, okay? That's how it works. So this lady right here, she's a very powerful person. She's low-key under the radar. A lot of people don't know about her. She's been thrusted into the spotlight just because these guys went to the finals and whatnot. But even with that, they're still covering. They're still covering for her, okay? She's still being cloaked. They don't want people to know about her because low-key, she's wild problematic. She's more problematic than they would say Kyrie Irving is. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie Irving, he doesn't advocate for genocide. Kyrie Irving, he's not advocating for an illegal apartheid state. Kyrie Irving is not advocating for, babies and whatnot to be, unalive. Right? But she is. You know what I'm talking about? Unabashedly, she got blood on her hands. You know what I'm talking about? Big blood. She's responsible for a lot of big blood flowing. So what they did was they stacked the front office with all of these crayons and whatnot to throw people off and make it seem like the Dallas Mavericks are this quote unquote, forward, inclusive type of organization, right? But they specifically said when she took over the team that this was done deliberately to take all of the quote unquote to take all of the cameras off of her. She did not want to be highlighted as the owner and whatnot, to the point where they even had her son-in-law and her daughter step up, and they were basically the front runners. So she's just the one who's funding the operation, right? Yeah. And they hit him with that DEI shit. You know what I mean? That diversity BS technology, where yes, it was a super duper PR move, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So there are talks about a possible head, she's bumping heads with the boy Kyrie and whatnot. We do know, right, that he got put through the ringer based off of his stance, respectfully, and he got media training. And what does that mean? What that means is he's trained to not say the wrong things moving forward. And all respect to that man. I think whatever he needed to do, he did it. I wouldn't put the weight of the world on that man's shoulders. He's a basketball player. I'm not looking for him to be a revolutionary. I don't need him to save me. I don't need him to teach me. I don't need him for sound bites. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter at the end of the day. People, they often want to see their favorite, their favorite figures and whatnot that are in the limelight. They want them to be crucified. They want actors, athletes, and artists and whatnot to pledge their allegiance to their cause. And for me personally, I could give a damn. It don't matter to me. I know where that man stands. I know where his heart is at. I know where his mind is at. And I know that the moves that he makes on camera and off camera is fulfilling his soul. It's not about nobody else but you. It's It's not about nobody else but you. Okay? It's about you at the end of the day. When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you able to see somebody that you're proud of? To be honest with you, that works. That works for me. That works for me. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that works for him. So let's see. They got another person. They got somebody else there. You know what I mean? There's this sister right here, and salute to her, Cent Marshall, right? Cynthia, Cent. Hey, how you doing, Cent? There's a brother there as well. You feel me? And look. See, and somebody said it too, right? Somebody has said it, and here goes the article. She's there because of this quote unquote DEI. And if anybody's in corporate America that's listening to this show, you're in corporate, you don't need Red Pill to teach you about that. You already know what it is, because they out there waving flags, and you have to pour on the code switching. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know what? If we don't bring the racism into the boardroom, you can't bring that niggatry in there either. Right? So pull your pants up. You know what I'm talking about? Stop saying you know what I'm talking about. Put on your white voice, because this is, BlackRock said that we have to do the diversity thing. So here she is. She's a token. And there's nothing wrong with being a token. Some people wake up and that's their aspirations. But she's definitely a token of this whole DEI, right? CEO Cent Marshall has turned the Mavericks into a shining example of DEI. And keep in mind, she was there before the lady took over the team, because Mark Cuban was owning things. Mark Cuban was running shit. You feel me? But we know that Mark Cuban, you know what I mean? He's on his he's on his woke shit. I don't know if he's hating on woke these days, because they flip-floppy and whatnot. But they basically did this for this inclusion thing. But she, it just goes to show you, it's like with Obama. They're just the CEO of McDonald's. They don't run things. They're not the owner. There's a powerful connotation in the term owner. They can't really get past the owner. If you're the owner of somebody or the owner of things, we say ownership is key. So these people are not owners. They're just glorified help.